balls. But can he win these championships up against a top team like Sentinels? Finally, we're going to find out here as we jump into, I believe, Eden's Strongholds to kick off our series here, guys. Tony, you going to join me?
May I have this dance, Alex? May I have this dance?
Oh, you may. I don't know if you've. I've randomly been watching Bridgerton recently. I don't know if you've been watching it, but you just reminded me of that show right there. It's just. Yeah, I've been like thinking in British recently because of it. Anyway, that is neither here nor there. We got a snipe in the hands of Saiyan. We got a series on our hands, and it looks like it's ball.
Sniper in the hands of Saiyan, which is one of the deadliest players to have it. Boo-Boo-Doo off screen, going to be taking out Trippy and auto stabilize. He just looked away from that angle, and Frosty going to make him pay. And let me tell you, I don't want Saiyan having a sniper, but I definitely don't want that young man Brad having one either.
Well, he does manage to drop out front, thinking you'd put the snipe in a baitable position, but Frosty's right next to it, though. It does come in handy that the snipe's sitting out there, so Frosty quickly goes down. Ball time still in the favor of Red here, but that ball's looking a little scrappy, just constantly trading hands. Bound, though, does pick up snipe. He flies over to the side of security here, and he loses it immediately. So that snipe, the battle for the snipe and the ball, it's like hot potato for both of these objective points here.
And Saiyan actually ends up with it, but not for long. As Snake by getting up close and personal, taking him out. He's going to have a try with it, but Trippy can't. This sniper is cursed. Notice, y'all got to stop picking up the sniper. It's obviously cursed. 8-3 lead in favor of Sentinels right now, but in ball, that don't mean much.
Yeah, it's everyone out of all 8 players in the lobby seem to be aware that the snipe is in that location, so they're all looking at it, right? So you go pick it up, and you're immediately a target. Though Frosty looks like he's finally gotten away with it and gotten a body shot as well. He'll elect to change angles there. He's going to try to focus on these new players pushing up in the ball here, so I like Frosty's target switching here, but he's got a flank coming in. You can probably hear these players whiffs the no-scope. Just trying to stay up here. I don't know if he fired that final shot, so that might be one shot in the blue player's hands here, but that ball is rotated all the way out through security, so great stuff coming out of Inconceivable to control objective in the meantime, and Boo-Boo being so objective-oriented here, he's going to hold on to it, but losing a couple teammates on his sidelines.
And that's one thing I noticed at the professional level. You know, at high Onyx, low champion level players, they're able to make plays with the sniper rifle. But when you have professional level players, they don't allow you to make plays. As soon as somebody calls you out and you have sniper, it's almost like a beacon on you. At least 2 to 3 players will be looking at you, making sure that they nullify you, because you can't let a great player with the sniper. All 8 players in the lobby can go off with the sniper rifle, so you have to make sure that that threat is eliminated immediately.
Yep, that is long gone now, that's for sure. Royal 2 just putting the damage in with the Magnum instead. He's got himself a double. He does get taken down, though. Ball time still in the hands of Inconceivable. The Sentinels have now picked it up. They're rotating it in through blue, and Bound gets the kill on the snake bite. In the meantime, they are trying to get that ball over to a play position, so you got to love that from Sentinels. They're so ready to drop it off the map if necessary, but only if they get pressured. Right now, they're just getting free ball time to the last second, so nice little comeback from Sentinels. They take the lead off that play.
Nice little comeback for Sentinels, but who's not coming back is this C9 matchup, who actually just went up 2-0 in the series after winning 50-48. C9 over BBD.
Damn. Yeah, C9 looking great today, too. So if that's another 3-0 out of them, then honestly, I'm excited for these 4 powerhouse teams. They're 3-0 in everybody, but what will they do against each other, right? We get 3-0s here, or do we get maybe a Game 5 scenario? I can't wait to see it, but of course, we got to find out what Fal can do with the sniper first here. He's just looking for an angle. He does get a big one on the snake bite. Being pressured on Trippy here, and he almost gets himself a double. So nice attempt from Fallicated. That snipe will go down. The pressure's still on from Sentinels here, looking to pick up the ball here. Trippy getting nice shots in. Does drop that player down below. Does have a teammate with him, so I love the team fire here coming in to get that kill on the Boo-Boo. Shots into the alley as well, but he's got the snipe. He's got everything that needs to be reloaded, and he's under so much pressure here. Trippy staying up, though. How is he living right now? His teammates coming in. They're taking the deaths. That's 3 players on him, and Trippy's still rotating out. This man, he's such a nuisance on the map here, Tony.
He said he had everything down there, everything but some help. Trippy needed some help. He ends up getting taken out finally, but not before milking his life as long as possible. Another one on Blue Black, who's going to do the same thing, milk his life. And meanwhile, Snakebite able to get away with that overshield. That's going to be a big deal. So now all those players milking the lights over towards Blue Alley now have some help in the form of Snakebite, but Bound coming in and sneaking in 2 melees before finally getting taken out.
Yeah, Bound looking like Super Mario right there, just bouncing off the head of Snakebite. Does enough to melt the OS, and I believe his shields as well, but Snakebite still living up, of course. Nice kill from him onto Saiyan. They're holding down blue base here. It's been so scrappy, flanks coming in constantly, but Snakebite, nice stick before he goes down, so great, efficient use of his life. Frosty here with the shots coming in, does get the kill on the Boo Boo. That's a huge execution, and it gives Sentinels another chance to get some more points here.
43-42 lead in favor Inconceivable, but not for long as Sentinels now steal the lead away. And meanwhile, Inconceivable are fresh off of spawn. So we're going to see if Sentinels can slay out one more time. Boo Boo Doo Boo takes out Trippy. Saiyan goes back at Snakebite. And just like that, 2 down. Make that 3 go down for Sentinels.
Inconceivable answer right back. Saiyan just holding down Top Cat here. He knows new spawners are up in red. This is an important position for him. At the same time, his teammate Boo Boo came in, grabbed the ball, so they got the setup here over on blue side. Bound just trying to fend off the pressure from outside. His teammates fighting on tower here, so you can see the battle extended across the map. Saiyan getting melted, though, so Bound going to be under a lot of pressure in just a second, but it's up to Falcated to flank out through and stop this from happening. It looks like they're doing such a good job being nuisances, being difficult targets. That combo does a great job there, though. Frosty does get a double with the combo, and he's got his teammate with him in tow. So Frosty with an opportunity here to push up, but he can't seem to find the player above him. That's Saiyan being a hard kill.
And you're talking about them being a nuisance, milking their life, trying to stay alive as long as possible. And it ends up really going in their favor because they get another slave. World 2 actually ends up barreling. Saiyan Frost's going to go down thanks to Bound. And we're still on board with Trippy, who's over here holding down this perimeter, which is blue plat. So that playing your life definitely pays off.
After all the ones, oh my god, okay. Nice kill, Falcated. Right the moment we switch over to his POV, he's hitting headshots. But I gotta say, I'm so used to seeing dominant one-sided games, Tony. Finally, we have a game that's neck and neck that's just anyone can take it, and Fal can take heads as well. He's still got an angle out on blue side here. They got the OS as well, so the pressure just coming in from Inconceivable as they hold down ball. Try to get a few more kills here. Fal with a big melee. One more shot and snipe. Oh, if he landed it, it would have been beautiful. All while that's happening, though. Not too much ball time going in the side of Inconceivable. And Sentinels just doing a great job playing scrappy, denying their opportunity to get the objective points.
On board with a young man out of Texas, formerly of Southern California, Mr. Frosty, with his sniper rifle in hands, but only has 1 bullet. I mean, for a pro like Frosty, that's like 5 kills right there.
one insane collateral shot through 3 heads for sure. But looks like it didn't happen this time. Falcated, though, going to try to just get that kill on the ball player. There we go, finally. That's 2 dead. They're going to try to take advantage of that new spawn ball here, but new players coming up out of the outside portion of the map here. Fal going to look to put the damage in. They let that open, that outside spawn be open by just moving away from it, but their push, their pressure afterwards, not quite working out here. Royal 2 now up on the blue window, just putting shots across the map. And all of this has resulted in Sentinels picking up ball yet again. So Inconceivable, despite the slays they had and the opportunity to pick up that early ball, they couldn't seem to collapse on the new spawners.
You know, earlier in that kill, Falcated was very, very frustrated with Snakebite right there. You can tell he thought he should have got the kill, ended up double challenging right to a nade. Royal 2 gonna catch a nade from Boo Boo Doo Boo as well. So 2 down goes Sentinels. What is it? Frosty can win this battle. He's gonna trade off with Saiyan. That's gonna leave Trippy by himself, who's gonna try to rotate that ball towards his teammates.
Sentinels just looking like the more efficient team when it comes to objectives here, but that could change if Boo Boo can make a big play here with the OS. He's lost his teammates, though. He's flying in through the red bridge. Does get these shots into this player on the catwalk. That's Snakebite. He's now dead. Oh, looking for more blood here. That's Trippy down on the feet as well. This is a big push at it, Inconceivable, so they do manage to delete the players in the base. That's ball in their hands now. Can they hold on to it? They basically have to play perfect Halo because we're only 14 seconds away from a win on the side of Sentinels here. So Snakebite, he's flying in with the opening shots. Nice nade coming out from him. He does take the shields off, but he gets killed. This is huge defense from Inconceivable. They need to keep this up, or at the very least play the ball, but they're losing their members here, and they have no opportunity to play it. So in a desperate attempt here, they'll throw it out front base. This is going to be a ball in the hands of Sentinels and a trade on the board there for Bound and Frosty. So this might be game here, Tony.
Great plays coming in for Inconceivable, but then Sentinels bouncing right back and able to slay out. Only 3 seconds away from taking the win. However, Trippy is going to go down, and so does a second play from Sentinels. Meanwhile, Saiyan was able to get away with the sniper rifle. Can this be it? Can Inconceivable possibly come back? They're currently down by 35 points.
I mean, I know saying is accurate, but accurate enough to clutch up a game that's 3 points away? We'll have to find out here. He does whiff the first shot. Just looking for something. He can get a big kill here, a big string of kills. This could be so helpful for his team. You can see that ball still over red side. Has a huge headshot from him. Still looking for more here. Doesn't have time to reload. He's going to fly to outside. But the shot's in to Trippy to get the kill, and he does. But then loses his life at the same time here. They're going to fly in for the ball, and I think this might be game coming off of the double, a snake bite. One more player left to kill here. Ball should be in the hands of Sentinels, and that's the final 3 seconds to close out the game. But one hell of a match for game 1 here. Sentinels does pull away, 150 to 131.
Yes, they did it, man. That would have been an incredible comeback in favor of Inconceivable, but it did not happen. Sentinels able to clutch up, and that is a 150 to 131 win. And look at that scoreboard. It's looking so balanced across the board. Actually, Bound and Insane were the ones leading Slays with 22 kills apiece. That's quite impressive.
Yeah, Bound and Insane looking great for sure. They were both heavily involved in the hot potato sniper action in the beginning. That's for sure. Satan did manage to have it in the end, but just too little, too late. It wasn't good enough to allow them to continue to control the ball. And I saw a slight advantage overall in Slays there on the side of Inconceivable. So they're doing a great job getting their kills, winning their fights, and this play from Bound as well. Pretty exceptional, right? So great damage, great slays out of these guys, but what's happening with the objective, right? They're not converting it into pivotal ball time, and as a result, they're not winning the game here. So something's got to change here. I know Boo Boo was the designated ball player, as far as I could tell, at Inconceivable there, but maybe it had to trade hands a couple more times, or just, maybe it came down to the crucial spawn collapses that I think they missed out on, over in mid-game.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. You're getting the slays. I will say there was one point where I think it was like 72 to 56 where they definitely should have played the ball and they allowed Sentinels to sneak in. And right before he was able to get that ball off the map, they end up taking them down and they go 3 down. And that gave Sentinels a nice little run. But, I mean, and there was multiple points. And look at that, another beautiful double kill by Trippy. Like that right there, it was a 4-on-4. Trippy sneaks in, gets a double kill. Immediately they go 2 down, then they collapse and steal that ball away. So sometimes when it's a 4v4, both teams are up. You gotta ice up and win your pivs, and sadly, they didn't do it.
Well, in this upcoming map game type, icing up and winning your fights is the most important objective here. So no balls to worry about, no flags, just Slayer, Coliseum, mano a mano. And we got the snipe and the rocket to fight over in this map, of course. So we'll find out what happens when it comes down to just raw slaying power. And we know Inconceivable has it. So we'll hop on board with Snakebite to start the game here as he makes his way over to Rocks.
It's funny because they always say Slayer is one of the worst game types for Sentinel. Snakebite has admitted that over and over again. But man, when Frosty gets hot on this map, he starts off with a killing frenzy almost every time. And so far, Sentinel's looking very good because we have a 4-0 lead in favor of them.
And look who has snipe as well. Oh no, this could be so nasty. So Frosty does get the body shot. Practically full snipe to work with here. New spawners in red. You can see how wary he is of these spawners. Oh, just waiting patiently for Boo Boo to jump out. He does hit the body. This is just perfect teamwork. So that's another 2 dead on the feed. 7-1 on the board here. If they can get these kills quickly, they can turn around and focus the new spawners. Look at this. Frosty looking at elbow, and he's so ready. Oh, he doesn't hit the head. But you can see he's just, he's looking like a wizard on the map here. Knows exactly where to look and how to get these kills.
10-3 lead in favor of Sentinels right now, and Frosty still has the sniper rifle, but he catches a one-off nade out of nowhere. Somehow able to stay alive, though, and get right back to his team, but his teammate goes down after he Snakebite. Bound able to go at him, gets the double kill, and the young man from Ohio might have put at least Inconceivable on the map here.
Yeah, this is the answer back from... How the heck did that rocket do practically no damage whatsoever? Boo Boo had to put with full damage in his Magnum in afterwards, and unfortunately couldn't get the kill. But the answer back coming in from Inconceivable is they now control snipe sides. You can see new spawners over on red. Allocated putting in the early pressure. A little unfortunate with the nade there, but the second one does the trick, though he can't get the kill. 14-8 on the board. Sentinels still putting it up. You can see PJ right behind that player there with the flank. So just great positioning from these players here. Now 16-9 as they hold it on.
And he asked, how was that possible? I was watching an anime called Black Clover, and the elves were loved by mana. Sentinels is loved by the servers and loved by the Halo gods. And that's the reason why they're able to stay alive in situations that they should. Look at that World 2 cross-map and saying that don't happen. Now going to drop in, get another kill. They are loved by the Halo gods.
I don't know. I'd say Inconceivable are loved by the game too, though. Bound's pretty damn loved by the game. We just have to find a moment where he gets a sniper. What the heck was that, though? Did that just weave right through the corner and that player? My God. Yeah, I don't know. You said Sentinels are loved by the game. I don't feel the love on that play. I gotta say, Tony.
Well, that's the problem. Trippy's an honorary member of Sentinels. He's not a member of Sentinels right there. So the wall was to the left, the player was to the right, and somehow he field goals that right in there and misses the rocket completely. Yeah. 25-14 lead in favor of this red team squad. And still, throughout all the mistakes, Sentinels still looking good. Inconceivable go 3 down. Frosty gets the stick, and 4 down goes Inconceivable. Now that's Inconceivable.
Sentinels still looking nasty. Doesn't matter if they whiff a couple rockets here. It's 30-15. They doubled the score. Frosty's got yet another snipe. You got one more straggler here. I think that's, Bound being a nuisance over in Maze. Frosty gonna whip around. Try to hit a body there. He does whiff it. He'll just back out the blue base. Just trying to put himself in a position where he can get some nice angles here on new spawners. Snakebite being a little out to dry here, but doing a great job by his lonesome. Holding it down. Frosty gonna meet up with him. Just try to finish off this kill right here. That's Bound, but he's stuck in a rock in a hard place here. Good luck to Bound. He's gonna go. What the? I don't know how he lived so long. But 35-18 and counting as Frosty's still swinging and hitting bodies here. Oh, but he does lose the snipe. This is big for Inconceivable if they can collect it.
And he ends up going down, and so does Baba Booey. That's a 3-0 victory in favor of Cloud9. That not happening on this game. Obviously, we're watching Sentinels. Just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update. 37-23 lead in favor of Sentinels in this matchup, and this is game number 2.
Right, so C9, they made it through with a hot 3-0. Nice to see from them, and curious to see how they do when they go up against Sentinels, because honestly, Sentinels just kind of turned on with the pedal to the metal here. Though it looks like Inconceivable are answering back. They got the snipe in their hands now. We got Falcated with snipe. You got Bound with rockets here. Foul hits the body here, does clean up Trippy, but not in time to save Bound. Bound who drops those rockets. Looks like they trade hands over to a red player, but Falcated looking to take out everyone on Sentinels by himself here. He's hitting some nice snipes so far. He's just going to hold it down, shoot the nades, do whatever he can to keep him back.
And beautiful job by Falcon Inconceivable to put Sentinels on their back foot. They actually just momentarily went 3 down, but the hole that they dug is a little bit too steep. I mean, even after a beautiful play, getting them 3 down like that and having control of the map, it's still an 11-kill lead in favor of Sentinels. So it looks like Sentinels might end up closing this out unless there's some kind of miracle that happens in favor of your Ink squad.
Yeah, not sure how they make a comeback here, though. We might see a nice shot from Boo Boo with snipe. He's got one more left if he can just pull the trigger on ahead here, hopefully. But it's now a 10-kill deficit, so they're doing what they can to close the gap, but still feeling like it's too little too late. We'll see, though. Can't doubt Inconceivable. If they're playing coordinated, they're looking good. They might be able to turn this one around. Just going to hold down Snipe's side here. You can see the remaining players on red spawning up in red. The one player being a nuisance bottom map. He's still flanking through and shooting Boo Boo at a scope here. Oh, Boo Boo can't hit the shot, though. That's unfortunate for him. 46 now and counting. Nice perf out of Boo Boo, though, as he does stay up. But doesn't matter at this point, Tony.
Doesn't matter much. Indeed, you know, Sentinels was 3 down once again, but I mean, they only need 4 more kills, 1 more good squad wipe, and they're going to take this game number 2. We're moving on to game number 3. But I know I don't want to count them out. I mean, they're within what somewhat of striking distance as Trippy puts the kill on Falcated. Bound gets taken down, and now all hope is simply lost as he almost gets the most disgusting triple kill. This man's going for highlight reels. Yeah,
Trippy gets that huge trade too, so he does his job and then some. Frosty just going to try to flank through Snipe's side here, pick up the last kill. Snipe looking like it's going to go in the hands of Inconceivable, though. Imagine a beautiful, unanswered 10-kill string out of Inconceivable. Be hard to see. Snakebite as well. He just launches that Snipe out. So you got to love the efficiency here from Sentinels. They're doing everything they can to at least ensure they can't get these power-ups, but struggling to get that final kill here. Inconceivable putting up one hell of a fight to hold it down.
They really are. You know, honestly, I mean, I kind of like it as Falcon and Saiyan get back-to-back kills. And
there we go.
I'm about to say, is it possible? But Trippy finally putting the nail in the coffin. Falcon going to be taken down. And now we have a 2-0 lead in favor of Sentinels. Where, I mean, this next game might possibly be the last one, Alex. But what is that scoreboard telling you?
Yeah, I mean, I started to believe for a second there. That was a pretty surprising comeback in the very end there. I think they brought it back to 45-50. So, you know, it was still within, you know, a reachable distance. But Sentinels, they held on to a pretty powerful lead throughout the entire game. And we mentioned before this game that Kali Slayer is a weaker game type for Sentinels. So if that's how they're doing on their weaker game type, then it's hard to bet against Sentinels today. It's hard to bet against Frosty today. You know, they're just looking like a different beast. And here's the unfortunate. Look at that rocket! What? He got a hit marker. That's a theater mode. He probably didn't get a hit marker on his own stream, but my God, are you kidding me? It looked like it collided.
Let's see that one more time, guys. Let's rewind and see that one more time. Look at that.
You got a hit marker.
Get
and then
out of here.
If we can go back a little farther too, there's the Boo Boo rocket as well. That looked like it should have done damage, and it did absolutely nothing. Dude, these Kali rockets, man, are questionable. I got tagged in a tweet recently on for a rocket on Maze that just did absolutely nothing. Right beside a player. So there's a stick here. I don't know if this is the Boo Boo rocket, but that was an interesting one too. He was right underneath Snakebite. Okay, we don't have it, but yeah, just no damage, no dice with it. In the end of the day, though, what really, you know, came down to, you know, what earned the most slays was this snipe here. This is what really mattered.
And despite the whiffed rockets come out of Sentinel, they were still able to dominate for most of that game. It wasn't until the very end when Inconceivable decided to wake up and put some slays on the board, but it was just too little too late. And mind you, one game you don't want to play behind on is Truth CTF, which I believe we're going to next. If you're not coming out hot, you're going to end up getting taken out.
Yeah, I mean, you said Inconceivable started to wake up. Well, hopefully they're awake, and hopefully they're ready to bring their A game. This is their final opportunity to do it, and I think they got a pretty good setup to make it happen. You got a camo on the map. That's Boo Boo's expertise, so get that in the hands of Boo Boo, and that could be big plays. Though Saiyan's going to try to be the one to do it, and he doesn't even get the burn, though. That's huge for Sentinels, because Trippy comes in, grabs the camo, but can he live here? Squaring off with Fallocated. Nice shots from him. Val trying to be a hard kill, but the execution out of Trippy for the 5 keeps the camo in play. Sentinels are going to get a dominant start here, Tony.
And they've been starting off hot. I mean, look at that Coliseum game. They started off with a 5-0 lead. And once again, you know, getting a squad wipe in favor of them while every player staying alive. Frost getting another double kill off screen. Trippy staying alive with his camouflage. As of right now, Sentinels looking like they mean nothing but strict business right now.
Yeah, Trippy doing so much work here from the street, though, as well. Just getting the damage in, waiting for his team to push up and get that map control and start this base collapse. And there you go, a beautiful double out of Trippy. Snakebite takes the 3rd. That's 3 dead. New spawners up in car bubble, and you can see the map control coming in from Sentinels right now. You already got Royal 2. You know what? Trippy's doing it all, though. He gets a huge 5 bottom base. And then Matt's there to stop the stragglers, to stop the new spawners. This is so flawless from Sentinels. And Trippy is still hitting 5s. Tony, I can't believe my eyes, but that's a cap on the board for sure.
You know, sometimes I just watch young Joseph and I just think, wow, how the heck does he do things? He's the biggest X factor ever, because I promise you, you know, I've seen him be consistently good, like always going +1, but at a minimum. But some games, he just goes absolutely insane. I don't think Trippy ever has a bad game.
Yeah, it's just a pretty good game for Trippy so far. I think he has at least 3 or 4 or 5 5-shot kills already on the board. So man's looking good. Somebody else who's pretty damn good with the Magnum is Royal 2. So let's see if he can get a couple 5s. We'll switch over to his POV here. He's in a pretty nice position to push up on flag or get this big flank here over on pink side. Nate comes in. There's a nice cleanup on Defalcated. Drops a second nade, but he will get taken out by Saiyan. So trade on the board here. That flag's still out, sitting on pink side. They get a nice kill here. They're going to try to get into touch, but they can't. The defense comes in from Sentinels. They hold it down yet again, but camo now up and pink side control in the favor of Inconceivable. So a chance here for Fallocated team to maybe pull away with a flag.
And 3 down goes Sentinels once again, but Valkyrie and friends will have to slay out at least one more time, but that's going to be tough when you're going down. Even though Valkyrie has the camouflage, they go 2 down. Valkyrie gets taken out. The young man from New Jersey, Snakebite, is just making plays right now. And mind you guys, I'm sure you're probably thinking like, hey, I'm loving this game right here. It's absolutely fantastic. But what about that KCP versus C9? We're actually holding that game off. After this, we're going to jump right into that series, guys.
That's going to be a hell of a matchup as well, so can't wait to see that. In the meantime, we have one hell of a scrappy battle going down on red base here through pink side. Still keeping up defense. The Sentinels been forced to fight from the back foot for a little bit here. Inconceivable just continue to lay it on, but can't seem to get a flag out of the base. Now top map control and control of Royal 2 here. And he's just flying out. He's going to get melted off these new spawners. And he does, so trades back and forth as both teams just fight to get some form of map control and get into those bases.
And as you see on the overlay, Saiyan is currently holding P2, and there's somebody right above it. It's going to be Frosty, who's P3, misses the nade, so he's going to be forced to back down, and Saiyan lives to see another fight.
Yep, and looks like Saiyan's got an eye on Frosty as well. He gets a big kill. It's a big stop on Sentinel's efforts to get the flag once again. Big kill into the window also, but Trippy does get the trade on the bound. Pressure still on. Foul just diving out of the sky into Trippy right there. Boo Boo cleans it up. Frosty off spawn, going to try to get defense and gets executed by Foul. Does he get the double? My God, the man doing everything he could to live. I love the stabilize attempt, but not enough. And Inconceivable, they keep headbutting the base over and over here, but they just can't get a damn flag out.
We're gonna try and throw hands with Falcon, and that's a mistake. This man, this young man, he hits the one-hitter quitters right there. 1-0 lead in favor of Sentinels right now, and Camouflage will be coming up once again, and once again, you see Sentinels ready.
Yeah, it's down to the camo right here. Sen making a big coordinated push on the blue base here. Spawner's already up in car side. Frosty flew through to try to get a kill, but Foul does get that answer back here. Snakebite does have the camo though, so he can slow it down. He can keep holding down Pink Street. He's playing Trippy's role previously here, and he's playing it flawlessly. Stays up. That's 3 dead. Now he's going to rotate out through front base here. He's blocking bottom base spawns. We got new spawners up in car. And do they have somebody set up for the collapse? You got Trippy already in car to stop that from happening, but Bound flying off a spawn. He does stop the flag. Snakebite goes down as well. So Inconceivable coming out of that bottom base spawn. They manage to stop the flag in its tracks. They get a couple crucial slays, but that flag still sits out bottom map, though. It looks like it will be returned. So great play from Inconceivable to keep it back.
Great play indeed, because that flag was on the move and hit the 50% portion of the map. It could have been a flag cap, but Inconceivable ices up off their spawn and secure the recover. Falcon has no idea there's a player above him once again towards speed 3, but hits the hottest of 5s on Trippy before getting taken out. The
amount of 5 shots in this game is honestly ridiculous. Like, it's like every second kill out of both teams, they just hit right here. Oh my God, what, 6 shots Bound? Still looking nasty. He makes it happen, but everyone's got just god-tier accuracy today, it seems. And I'm loving it. My God, the headshot on the Frosty. Bound's reactions looking on point here. You got to love the defense right now.
Yeah, I mean, year 5 going on year 6 of Halo 5, everybody has good shots. What's going to separate you is, you know, is your teamwork, is your movement, it's your killer mentality. Because I promise you, if you're putting those shots and backing down, staying alive, and allowing your opponents to get away from gunfights, that ain't going to happen right now. These guys are too iced up. You guys are too cracked out, if you will. You better be getting those shots in and pushing forward.
Yeah, can Inconceivable hold down pink side, though? This is going to be big. If they can get that camo, then maybe Inconceivable can get some sort of a play here. You can see they already got their players up in red base. New spawner up in bottom red, that's Frosty, so he puts on that early damage, and his teammates get those 2 kills. Now 3 dead, and the timing of the slay so huge, because they take out Bound, that's a burn on the camo, and they are right back in the base here. 3 players in to block spawns, and that flag's already out, and out through bottom base. You got to love this run to get out of the way of car spawners. They take the flag out through bottom base, but are they fast enough? Inconceivable coming in hot and heavy here.
Man, oh my gosh, bodies are hitting the floor all over the place, but Inconceivable just trying to clear out their base. They're able to do so. That's going to be 2 down. Sam going after this play right here, and it's a trade-off. Sentinels go 3 down. My gosh, is this going to be a cap? It's on the move.
That flag is on the move. Will we get far, though? Finally, Boo Boo with a flag in hand. U-spawners up on car side. They're going to try to overextend. In the meantime, you got a player above him in pink looking to help out here, but he's getting shot in the back. He's tagged up. but he does make it out to the door, so all these efforts may have finally paid off. Inconceivable get a flag, but at what cost, Tony? They are dropping left and right here. Sentinels, they're going to try to answer back quickly to get this counter, but Inconceivable, look at the defense here.
Defense is coming in great, and after great offense as well. And ladies and gentlemen, we are tied up at 1 apiece with 4 minutes and 24 seconds on the clock. Now we have Bound flying in from P3. Oh. This man feeling himself. I can tell the movement just looks different. That YY hit different when his championship bracket.
If you give him a secondary weapon, this guy can't even. Truth's only got the silence pistol, bottom mid, so it's hard for the man to YY in this one. We're crippling Bound in this game, but it looks like he's doing okay without it. Man just got a triple, I'm pretty sure, on the feed, so he's still going off here. Gonna make his way up to P3. Look at the setup on the map. He's got his teammates in all the high positions here. They just got to get these slays and stay up at the same time. Pressure is on through Pink, but Boo Boo deletes Frosty, so looking good from Inconceivable. They are not letting up. Another flag pulled out of red. He might elect to toss it. It looks like he tossed it out Pink side. New camo as well, so a hell of a dilemma here for Inconceivable. They want to pull the flag through and grab camo at the same time. Try to control it all.
And the amount of 3 downs we're seeing come out of Inconceivable towards Sentinels is quite impressive. At one point, they were losing the individual gunfights and the slaying battle. Yeah. But right now, they're clearly winning. Another 2 down. Make that 3 down. Ladies and gentlemen, remove the children from the room. This is getting bad right now. We have a 2-1 lead in favor of Inconceivable.
Inconceivable has set the tempo for this game in a big way. It just seems like Sentinels cannot get out of their base. You see it once again. Pink side control handily in the favor of Inconceivable. They're going to continue to fight for it. Boo Boo having to make the rotation out through bottom base here. I don't know if he heard that player going through car door. It looks like his teammates dispatched him in the meantime. So Boo Boo now on bottom map here. Shots going into center. Nice nade from him into Snakebite into the base. So everybody getting a kill before they go down. Bound just hiding up on the ledge here. Shots into Frosty. Insta-melted by 2, though. You can see how accurate these players are. You get 2 of them side by side, and you're dead in half a second. But still, Inconceivable, the lead in their hands.
And as great as Inconceivable is playing right now, I mean, I think it's worth mentioning that they are currently down 0-2 in the series. So right now, they're fighting for their tournament lives right now. They've secured a top 4 placing right now. But that is not Inconceivable. Inconceivable is pretty much first place or honestly, or bust. So tripping in the slay, and Frost again the slay, back-to-back slays back in favor of Sentinels. Now they're looking up to Sentinels' form, and the question is, can they tie up this game within the 2 minutes left?
Sentinels turn to pressure the base, though it looks like their turn might not last too long unless Royal 2 has something to say about it. Does he get it? He doesn't get the kill. He'll stay up in bottom base. All while that's happening, Foul pull the counter flag. It's a great play from Foul here. He's overextended. He's made it past enemy line, so he's getting shot in the back here. So flag out in the bottom of the map. Debatable position, and that flag being pulled by Sentinels at the same time, so they're getting the re and they're getting the run simultaneously here, but can they get away with it? Just the lasers across the map from Carr. That'll take down Snakebite. Royal 2 gonna square off with Saiyan, and Saiyan just, or was that Falcon? I don't know. I think Falcon came in from behind, deleted him, so quick return right there, and I believe a new camo as well over Inconceivable.
A little bit of miscommunication coming out of Royal 2 and Snakebite right there, not knowing who's going to run the flag. Royal 2 had the back position and was able to thrust slide and had the momentum to move that flag,
shot,
but he was weak. Exactly. Snakebite comes in, he decides to try to get it, and it was a little back and forward, and sadly, Inconceivable taking advantage of that, slaying them out and getting the recover.
And that couple second loss in timing is everything, right? When you think of just the moment these guys get off spawn, they're already targeted right where you are, and I think this might be game. We have a stealth. Was that a stealth run through half the map there? Foul made it work. His teammates got the slays, and he plants it in for a 3-1 finish. Inconceivable's fight back strong. We got a series on our hands here, Tony.
Yeah, I mean, finally, Inconceivable being put on the board, which, by the way, I mean, if they would have got 3-0 in this series, that would have left a bad taste in my mouth. Like, I guarantee you guys, I mean, they're going into the 10K next week. That's not the issue whatsoever. The problem is that if they would have got 3-0'd, that's a big momentum hit right there.
Sure.
So I'm happy they're able to put one on the board and hopefully able to maybe even win this. Maybe they can come back and pull off the reverse sweep, because man, this is all about the seeding. Ooh.
Yo, this is going to be a perfect kill montage that you're about to watch here, because we have, I swear we have like 15 separate perfect kills we could show off here. There was one that just happened from Trippy right there. But just like just the sheer accuracy of these guys is startling. It's staggering. I think Snakebite gets, yep, nice 5. You know, it's so commonplace. It's like it's almost not even surprising anymore. You know, it's just Just ridiculous, the shots out of these guys. But you got to respect the plays out of Inconceivable to consistently put up pressure, and then you have a player like Falcated who was consistently flanking and being so damn sneaky. He got 2 pulls at the very end there. Well, Sentinels were putting the pressure on. Falcated made it into the base. He got the stealth pull and got away with it. There's a nice run from Boo Boo also.
It was a beautiful run indeed, and that was the one that put them on the board right there. And from there, it felt like all control. That was the second one, and it felt like all control of Inconceivable, which, again, I will say one more time, they were losing the Slays battle earlier in that game, and somewhere around the 6-minute mark, they just woke up. It's taken Inconceivable too long to wake up and get in the game. In that Slayer, they were getting pounded on the whole time, and then once it's 41 to 29, like, hey, you know what? Let's put some Slays on the board, guys.
Yeah, Sentinels had a extremely well-coordinated opening start that gave them that early flag, but the moment, after that happened, it felt like Inconceivable just, put the pressure on. They didn't let up, and they held on too. That was the biggest thing, is just their endurance, right? Which you can see a lot of players or teams put on pressure and do a great job of getting Slays and keeping Sentinels back, but then they can't convert it into anything, and you got to be just so consistent, and you got to have perseverance to continue to push through and endure all that. So Inconceivable, they made it happen. Now the ball's in their court, the momentum's in their favor. Can they carry it into Strongholds Plaza is the next big question.
And across all esports, not even just Halo, from Halo to Call of Duty to League of Legends to competitive tic-tac-toe, at some point in time, you will see a great reverse sweep. And we're going to find out if Inconceivable can be added to the great tic-tac-toe players of our generation and pull off the reverse sweep against who arguably a fan favorite, arguably one of the best teams in Halo, Sentinels.
Can you even have competitive tic-tac-toe? Isn't the game too ridiculously simple? I'm pretty sure that the person who goes first has the win, right? The advantage off the bat. Or we're going to a whole other topic.
I mean, if you listen to anything I say, that's on you. Okay, you've been working with me for long enough that you should not be listening to the crap that comes out of my mouth. That's on you.
I'm just trying to think, logically speaking, is competitive tic-tac-toe possible? I don't know, but I would love to cast it if so. Either way, what matters more and what you guys came here for is Halo, of course, and Strongholds Plaza is what we got coming up next here. The final opportunity for Inconceivable to stay in, to tie up this series, or for Sentinels to push past them and make it into the finals of yet another H5 Pro Series. But let's see what happens. Of course, we got the OS and the map to fight over. Actually, no, it's a camo because it's Strongholds. And we got a shoddy as well, the ever so pesky shotgun spawning up in yard.
You cannot forget about that shotgun, guys. I mean, it's so easy to remember the power, the camo that's on the map, even the Plaza pistol as well. But don't forget about that shotgun, because I promise you, if you do, you will end up catching a shoddy to the body.
You'll be reminded in a pretty cruel fashion, that's for sure. This shoddy's OP, man. We'll see what happens, because Falcade has got it in his hands, and Fal was looking pretty damn aggressive in the last game. Let's see him carry it into this one. But the early caps on the side of Inconceivable here as Falcade gets his way into bottom mid and maybe right back up to top, unless he whiffs the spring jump there. Unfortunate for him.
And Inconceivable starting off really well, putting 2 plots on the board, so that if you don't know how Strongholds works by now, if you have 2 plots every second that you do, you will put 1 point on the board. But if you manage to put a trip cap, you will put 2 points per second, and then it gets real dangerous. You start to see some great slays and some beautiful collapses.
Yeah, big collapse was coming in there from Royal 2, but he was alone, so not too much he could do. 12 points and counting here. Inconceivable holding on to the early lead. You got new spawners here up on Nest side. So Bound with nice nades. You notice those bounce nades blow up right on S4 there. So pretty calculated nades from him, but no dice there. The Magnum shots do it instead, so still holding on to it. Bound with a big double on the snakebite as well. My God, the thrust back to dodge the shot and just get the execution there. Bound being such a force on the map. Only thing that takes him down is a shotgun. I lost Tony? I've got no Tony with me. Tony!
I was saying the only way that you can stop Bound with this high flying movement flying at you is going to be with a shotgun.
Right.
That's the only way to do so. But Boo Boo Doo Boo elected to go a different route, having the long range rifle, the light rifle.
Yep. total powerhouse weapon as well. You can see 2 slays on the board in the meantime. Boo Boo, Saiyan get their pivs. Boo Boo rotates through, gets the reset over on Yard here. He's got his teammates capping Nest at the same time, and he's in position for Camo. So Boo Boo with Camo on Plaza, bringing some flashbacks here, Tony. Expecting big plays if he stays up. He's got a spree, but gets tagged up from bottom mid. Though the damage is done here for Inconceivable. They're holding on to a trip cap for just dominant early game right now. They're going to push 40 points here unless Sentinels can slow it down.
They were holding down the trip cap, but at what cost? Because they just went 4 down. So that's going to allow Frosty to sneak in and grab the plot towards bottom mid. Nest goes towards Sentinels, and finally they're putting their first points on the board here. But can they slay out?
Right now, just trying to stay up in bottom mid. He's got a couple players in here just holding down the cap, stopping it for him. Snakebite, though, he goes down. Trippy right now, trying to do something to stop the pressure here. He does have the light rifle in hand. He's going to opt to rotate back over to Nest. Nice shots from him to get that kill up on S4, but does get taken out in bottom mid. So scrappy battles left and right here. And bottom mid likely going to be recapped by Inconceivable. And they're already ready for those new spawners here, saying shots into light rifle, but he can't get the kill. So the answer back coming from Sentinels here, but Inconceivable just continue to hold on to these 2 caps.
Hold on to the 2 caps indeed, which, by the way, I mean, it's a winning formula. I mean, you can have 2 caps slay out and then push for the trip. You don't have to always constantly be rotating. But I mean, when Royal 2 has his sights on you, maybe you need to rotate out of his reticle range.
Yeah. Speaking of rotations as well, this is a nice trip cap rotation that should net them a temporary trip cap. But you can see the play from Inconceivable to throw all their members down in the bottom mid, knowing that players would commit themselves to Yard, and that they had the timing to quickly recap bottom mid. So Inconceivable playing this so effectively. Pressure's still on. Saiyan looking to do even more damage here. And he does manage to get himself a trade on Frosty that is huge. They're going to cap Nest at the same time likely. Foul just pushing up. Gets melted immediately though. There you go. Bound and Nest. So they get that captured. New camo coming up. Bound looking to create a shell here to get out to Cinema. Big kill from him if he can get it. And he does. That's huge on the Royal 2. Frosty drops him though. So the trade up, but Saiyan gets away with camo.
And that's going to be a game-changing play. He's able to stay alive, but it's not going to happen. Frosty says no. 2 down goes Inconceivable. Bounds in a not advantageous position. Almost finishes off the 1 shot, but gets collapsed on by the Bulls' triangle offense.
Yeah, 3 separate locations those guys just belted him from. So good luck to him. Boo Boo now up in bottom mid here, but they don't have any captures. Strip cap on the board here for Sentinels. So the quick comeback coming out of Sentinels here. Saiyan, though, spawned up. He does have shotgun in hand. And look at, he's playing it forward here, getting right in the face of Royal 2. That's a big kill from him. And it does give him an opening to control that side of the map here through Cafe. So he's got a perimeter position, does stay up. Don't know how this man continues to survive, and they do manage to slow the bleeding through Yard. So if they keep this pressure up, they might be able to push up and grab Nest side. You can see the nice shots coming in from Saiyan here. Boo Boo with a huge nade. Gets a double on the feed. And that sets Sentinels back yet again.
And you cannot fall back in this game. This game is way too close. No team wanted to give an inch, let alone a mile. Saiyan collapsed on Royal 2. Snakebite able to take out Bound. Saiyan pulls the double kill. I don't even know how he caught that angle right there. And right now, Sentinels are on their back foot, Shyway.
Yeah, Saiyan's been so patient in this life, just holding on to the perimeter, hitting the shots that he needs to across the map to just keep up the damage, be a nuisance, draw the attention of the enemy team. And it led to that quick capture, but Sentinels, they pull back strong here. Before Inconceivable does pull away, they manage to get those 2 captures. They're going to rotate over through Light Hall here and try to get themselves that 3rd, but Bound just being such a nuisance, getting up through the center here, going to get a double for his efforts. Big kills from him, and he's still looking for more blood here. He's lost Fallicated. He's got his teammates already in bottom mid, so Bound just coming in like a wrecking ball. Saiyan will get the kill, though. There you go, 60-60 on the board. It's a tight game, Tony. I couldn't ask for anything else.
Whenever there's a big play that needs to be made, you can count on Big Bound to make it happen. He puts down damage, but he's going to get taken down despite having the shotgun. Sentinel does go 3 down. Inconceivable pull off the greatest defense I ever seen, and now they're going to be moving forward towards Nest for the triple cap.
Is that foul with the camo? I think they may have gotten away with camo at the same time. Yeah, that is foul with camo, and he's being so aggressive with it. He does get taken out. But still, that's a camo off the map. There's still points on the board for Inconceivable here. Brawl happening in the lift, but Boo Boo does take it. So Saiyan They're going to quickly push over to Nest here and get massive kills across the map as he does it, but this will give him a trip cap, and it's going to force Sentinels to have to fly to yard to stop the bleeding here. But this is the perfect time to get that trip cap, putting the pressure on in the late game, and Sentinels could potentially go down pretty bad here if they can't get into a stronghold. You can see the control they have on all sides of the map here, Tony. They're going to lose so many points in this process with the 5s coming out of Saiyan at the same time.
And it's looking like Inconceivable might tie up this series here. They have a trip cap. It's 90 seconds on the board. If somehow Sentinels can grab one, plot that is, and then go in and grab a second one by the 97-point mark, they have to be in a stronghold.
You know, they do have players in bottom mids. They do manage to cap it. They have to play perfect if they want any chance of making a comeback here. So very difficult for Sentinels. They do seem to have map control being formed here. Snakebite going to play from back in Hotel here, just going to try to avoid any player flying through with the flank. That's exactly what he's doing here. Trippy, Royal 2, they get their kills. That's pretty big. And it does give them an opportunity to maybe push up, go for a trip cap here. They will elect to do that, so they are fighting back as hard as they can, but any slip-up in the strategy here and timing, and this could be a game over. You got Frosty, Royal 2 holding it down from Nest in the meantime. They know the new spawner's coming up from Cafe. They're flying in to try to get kills here. Sentinels playing this so patiently. Look at this from Frosty. Damage into both. It's 2 1-shots and a 5. And a double from him with the final bullet in his Magnum. What an answer from Sentinels. Tony, they might actually turn it around.
And as Snakebite was going after Yard for the trip cap, Inconceivable smartly pushes from Blue to Nest, but it still didn't matter because Frosty was able to clutch up, get that double kill, has the camouflage, putting in some good damage. Inconceivable might have just weathered the storm and might close this out right here.
No way. What's going on in the minds of Inconceivable right now? Potentially getting, just came back on in this situation here. They do have players at bottom mid. They're going to dive in, try to get this capture, but Sentinel's still looking at it. Frosty with the camo doing so much damage too. Matt Royal too, he's sitting down on bottom mid. He's got another teammate, that's Joey diving in. Everybody in the pit, and it looks like Sentinels somehow are going to pull away with this one. Tony, they made the comeback. They got the series 100-97. I can't believe it.
Royal 2 was in the greatest corner of all time, and if you guys know competitive Halo, especially Strongholds on Plaza, you know about that corner. That is the milk spot. Royal 2 was sitting there holding on for dear life and allowing Frosty to come in and get that slay over towards Prius. He climbed up over towards top gold to not give away any height advantage whatsoever, putting in the damage, and then Trippy flies in, finishes off with the double kill to secure the game and holding down bottom mid 197 in favor of Sentinels. And look at that scoreboard, Alex.
Wild. That's a breakdown right there, I gotta say. Instead of showing like highlight clips, you could basically just show this whole portion of the game right here. And oh my god, look at these beautiful shots from Frosty. So patient, perfect reticle placement throughout there. He gets those crucial kills, but it was even before that where they set up and they got that trip cap that was just so perfectly managed from Sentinels. They're under pressure. They don't crack. It's as if it's 0-0 to these guys.
Yeah, that was the point where Snakebite was on that on Yard taking for the trip cap, and they tried to fly Nest, but Frosty clutched up, then grabbed camo, and he's not even done with the camo, putting down the damage there. And Royal 2 climbs in that spot right there. He's milking his life. Frosty gets the slay, goes top gold. He did not drop down. He said, "No, let me put down the damage and allow Trippy to fly in there and get that double kill." Perfectly played by Royal 2 to milk his life. Frosty to put down the damage and not give away any height advantage, and Trippy to finish it off.
Didn't even fully appreciate how amazing that was from Frosty that whole life, right? So just holding that angle from top yellow, not giving up that positioning. He was in the best spot he could have been to ensure his team got help there. They got those slays. They won that battle. It didn't even look difficult, when he had it set up in the way he did. Just another day of the shop for Frosty right there. 22 and 13 on the board. A hell of a clutch out of them. A clutch that won them the series, and that puts them firmly in grand finals. Inconceivable, man, they looked like they had it. They looked like they were making that 3-0 sweep, but that's it. Single elimination. They're out yet again.
And ladies and gentlemen, I don't lie to you, and we give the people what they want. So I told you that we're going to hold that KCP Cloud9 matchup, and I ain't lie to you. We're going to be jumping right into it after this, guys. We're going right in KCP versus